Hello and welcome back to Rambling Thoughts. I'm your host, Lost Boy, and today I'm just gonna be talking about rain and insomnia. I was mainly going to talk about rain before, but I got hit with a hard case of insomnia last night, and I thought, hey, maybe some people would like to listen to this. It's a relevant topic because I know that there are people my age and all across actually who deal with these issues. Rain is something that I always have found really fascinating. I feel like a lot of things people overlook just because it's on our day-to-day basis, like things like rain and plants and all that stuff. But when you really think about it, it's really cool and honestly intriguing how some of these things just happen. I think that's why science fascinated me at first, because it's real life magic to me on how science works, and applying that to rain, you think about the fundamentals of it, and once again, we see it as normal. We've been raised to just accept it, and not saying we shouldn't, but it's just it's a really cool thing that we just overlook because it's something that just happens all the time, so there's no real attention spent on it. I did all the standard things when I was little. I liked jumping in puddles, still do. And I think some kids at one point went through a phase of hating thunder. Some people never grew out of it, some people did. I kind of did grow out of being afraid of thunder, somewhat. My hearing is very sensitive, so if I'm not expecting to hear thunder, then it will scare the crap out of me. But otherwise, I don't mind it. I don't mind rain or thunder. I actually really like thunder. The sound of it is oddly comforting to me. A couple of my friends who are genuinely afraid of thunder and lightning, they do not understand it, but I can't explain it. I just really like the sound. It's oddly comforting. I think it's kind of like an ASMR thing. It's a very specific kind of feeling when you're sitting in your room, on your on your phone reading something, reading a book, drawing. At least I guess it's just a me specific case. And there's just a heavy downpour of rain outside and a soft thunder alongside of it. And I don't know, I really don't know how to explain why I like it so much, but I do. It doesn't help my insomnia. I wish it did. It's really soothing, so I don't understand why it's not something that helps me sleep. But I kind of can get it because of my chronic pain. That means rain hurts now. I still like how it looks visually, and I like the sound of it, but I don't like it that much anymore because that means pain. It's been raining a lot here the last week or two. It's kind of on and off thunderstorms, but what you gonna do? I actually used to live in Tornado Alley when I was younger, when I lived in Texas. So I'm not even scared of tornadoes anymore. They were so common. You would see people sitting on their front porch just doing whatever. There's a freaking tornado outside. People did not care. Moving on just a little bit, still on the topic of rain specifically, I think part of why I have a brighter view of it now is I think it was paganism, don't quote me on this, but there is a belief that the rain is the earth cleansing itself. And I think that's a really beautiful way to look at it. I like the way that plants open up whenever it's raining. It just looks beautiful in a way that I can't explain. And looking at it from the viewpoint of the earth cleansing itself makes it just really pretty. The glossy look on plants. I'm very detail oriented about a lot of things. I care about the specific details of everything, including just how I visually see the world. I will inspect very specific details on stuff. So I think that's part of what helps with my art is because I look at every little detail, the way that the light hits something, the way that something reflects back that light, the way that there are ridges on it. I don't know, just all that stuff. And that applies to rain. There's something really nice about the way that rain just drips off of plants. And I can't quite give an explanation for why I think that is. Rain is also really good for moss, so there's that. I've actually laid on a bed of moss before in the rain. It was when I was, I think, I'm gonna say 12, maybe, or 13. But I remember I was at my Thea's house and it was raining very heavily, and I said screw it. I took my shoes off and I just walked outside, and it was the best feeling ever. I just laid in some moss, and yeah, I just felt good. That was a very troublesome mental state at the time that I was in, so having small moments like that definitely helped out. Yeah, it's funny how insomnia works. I don't understand. I know it's because basically, like, somewhat of a chemical imbalance, and also just neurons not firing properly in your brain. But it's so strange that sleep is one of those things that's supposed to be such a low effort thing to do. And I kinda just a little bit envy the people who can just fall asleep immediately. But no, my freaking weird brain decides to just be complicated. Yeah, I'm gonna edit out a lot of the stuttering that I do. I'm running on very little sleep. I probably shouldn't be recording right now, but I wanted to record this just to get an episode out so I can keep my schedule going. This is called Rambling Thoughts. So if you came here expecting a cohesive podcast, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's not what this is. I'll have moments where I do have specific notes of things I want to talk about, or not a script, but I do plan on having episodes where it's somewhat planned, but this episode is not one of those. It's a very all over the place kind of day. You ever notice the nice way that rain hits rocks too? I don't know how else to articulate that, but I don't know, I guess it's kind of the way that rain slides off of it. Maybe it's the same thing with plants for me, because plants either soak up all that rain, or it just drips off of them. Obviously, it soaks into the ground and all that. I think I actually made a poem about rain at one point. I don't know. I'm not gonna go looking for it right now because I don't feel like it. This is my second or third time recording because the first audio was kind of scuffed and I didn't like that. So I am re-recording this entire thing. That really annoyed me. Thank you for listening to me ramble off again about whatever. Like I said before, I have plenty of stuff I want to talk about, and I'm going to try and keep this weekly schedule of posting stuff on Friday. Hope you have a great day. Stay safe on your journey, and I hope it's a good one.